Hey guys, we want to get on here. I've had several people are asking us, and yes, we look like twins today.
It's Christmas time. We've opened gifts already.
Yeah, that was a gift, and so we've already opened up our gifts. We wanted to get on here and answer some of the questions about Ron being in the hospital and what led up to it, because we had a lot of questions. And it took me trying to decide if I was going to tell everybody about it, and then I decided I would. So then asking Ron if he wanted to get on and talk to you about exactly what happened to him. So I'm not sure how long this video will be. If it gets too long, we'll come back on a part 2. But right now, we're going to tell you exactly what happened and be aware of some things if you're taking medication. So Ron is with me, and I'm thankful he is, because I was very scared for a little while. But Ron, let's start with exactly what started first.
Well, it's the very interesting part about this story is how not knowing what the side effects of a med that I was taking triggered events that just went on and on for about 45 days maybe. Mm-hmm. Had I known the side effects of one of the meds that I was taking, we could have ended it immediately and I'd have been absolutely fine right off the bat. But after saying that, I was taking this medication for like 2 years, and one morning I noticed a little rash on my side and stuff, showed it to Kaye, and it wasn't a big deal, it wasn't itching or anything, it was just, you could tell it was definitely some sort of a reaction to something. And over the next week, it continued to get worse, and so finally I went to my dermatologist, and she gave me a cream to put on it, and we put cream on it for a few more days, and it continued to get worse. And about a week after that, it was hives and welts and really getting bad. Went back to the dermatologist, and she said it's definitely something you've ingested.
But when you first went to they did give you a Z-Pack, like so many one day. That's what the first one, the PA saw you.
Yeah.
And you got that first, right? Yeah. That's with the cream, right?
Yeah. And anyway, that didn't help, and so it kept getting worse, and to the point where one night it was just so bad, I felt we had to go to the emergency room. We had to get some help because it was really, the welts were just unbelievable. Went to the emergency room. They, of course, gave me some steroids and stuff they do in the emergency room, and sure enough, in just an hour or so, it was minimizing.
They did it by IV, correct?
Minimalized. We came back home, and the next morning, it was definitely, by daylight it was definitely better, so weren't too much concerned about it. Thought we were getting better, everything was going to be fine. Anyway, the next night, sure enough, here comes the welts and the hives again.
And really bad.
By midnight, it was just really bad. We're back to the emergency room because I felt like we just had to get some relief. Same scenario over again. So that was on a Wednesday. We suffered through the Wednesday, and on Thursday morning, Kaye and I are sitting right here on this love seat, and I'm thinking, this thing's going to kill me if I don't get some relief from this thing. So I Googled one of the meds I was taking, and sure enough, there in bold black letters was hives and welts. I said, OMG, Katie, here's my problem right here. I've been reinfecting myself every night with another one of these pills. Now this was a med I've been taking for 2 years, but all of a sudden I'm having a reaction to it, and so by about mid-afternoon it was really bad again. So we go back to the emergency room, and I told them, I said, I think I found the culprit, but we got a problem here. So they went through the same routine, and this time they put me on prednisone to help get rid of the hives and stuff. It was like a 10-day treatment. And
which is a steroid.
Yeah, steroid. So we go back home, and about 3 or 4 days later, I had a urinary tract infection that I needed to get checked. I go to my local doctor here.
Well, you felt like you had it.
Yeah, right around the corner. And I told him what I was experiencing. and did a urine sample. He comes back in there and says, Ron, did you know you're pre-diabetic? I said, well, no, I've always been 100 to 105 glucose content. He said, well, it's 475, and we have a little problem here. I said, well, what in the world's going on? So anyway, he felt like I need to be on some medication for that. So we're back home. I set up an appointment to go to a urologist because of that, and he puts me on a antibiotic that I have a reaction to. I have more rash to start from that antibiotic that it was a sulfur drug or something that I'd never taken before.
That's correct. But wasn't that from that was from the other doctor,
Urologist.
wasn't it?
Urologist.
The urologist.
Yeah,
Okay.
urologist.
Okay.
So anyway, and I went to a allergist, checked all of my allergies. I actually, everything came up negative. I have no allergies. They test you for at an allergist office. There's like 20 or 25 different things they test you for. I had no allergies.
We're just trying to figure out, I don't want to interrupt, but we were just trying to find out what he could be allergic to, because nobody seemed to knew what he was allergic to, and we didn't realize he was allergic to this particular medication because he kept taking this medication. And so that's why when we got, each night we had to go to the emergency room, and went to the emergency room four times, because he kept reinfecting himself taking this medication. Now you're asking us, what is the medication that he was taking? He'd been taking it for 2 years, but he went to the drugstore and got it a refill. Okay.
It was finasteride. If your husband or it's for a prostate. So some people take it also for hair loss. I didn't know that until.
Yeah, that's what they put people on that.
So anyway, finasteride, Fenasteride. If you're taking that, be aware. If it's a little rash starts, throw those things away because you got a problem. So anyway, the new antibiotic that I was given gave me a rash, and that afternoon we had a virtual contact with the allergist, and we told her about the rash from the sulfur drug. She said, well, take Allegra. She said, matter of fact, take 2 to try it now and take 2 tonight. Well, I think 2 that sounds pretty strong. So I took 1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that afternoon, my bladder was blocked because of Allegra, and I Googled Allegra, and it says, if you have a problem urinating, do not take Allegra. I said, well, now we got a problem. So we go to the emergency room.
Well, now that being said, this is what happened. All night long, he was up going to the bathroom every 8 to 12 minutes. I'm serious. And this was happening. It kept happening. And so he had reactions to some medication they were giving him, trying to get rid of the hives. Well, when they told him, the allergist, take Allegra, all that night he was up every 8 to 12 minutes. I mean, I timed it. We were both up. When I got up, it's not funny, but it is funny because his little face, I said, Ron, he said, I can't,
No, Kaye had me drinking water.
I said, drink water,
Yeah.
because I was afraid he was going to get dehydrated because he was going to the bathroom so much. And I said, you need to drink water. He looked at me and he says, please don't make me drink any more water. I feel like I'm going to burst. Well, I knew we had a problem then. I knew.
That was after I'd taken the Allegra.
After I did the Allegra.
Yeah.
His bladder was blocked. He could not go to the bathroom. So I rushed him to
Emergency room again.
emergency room again, and they admitted him.
Yeah.
And they catheterized him.
Let me take it from here.
No, boy.
So I thought, because I remember my grandfather when he was way up in age, there was a couple of times at least he had to go to the emergency room and get catheterized because he'd probably taken antihistamine or something and couldn't go to the bathroom. And they would catheterize him, he'd come back home. So they catheterized me, and they said, okay, you're going to keep this catheter in for the next 10 days. Oh,
Well, when they catheterized him, it relieved him. I mean,
it was immediate.
But when they walked out, he was looking and he saw
some blood that shouldn't be there. So anyway, they kept me overnight, and the next morning, okay, Mr. Carter, you're going to keep this catheter for the next 10 days. And so on the way out of the hospital, they gave me an antibiotic because just to make sure if I didn't get an infection in my urethral bladder or something. So anyway, sure enough, I had a reaction to that antibiotic. Another rash popped up. You remember that one? Yeah,
I
the
don't
green
remember.
pill, the green capsule.
Oh, yeah, and he quit taking it. We
I
didn't go
quit
back to the
taking it.
emergency
I knew
room.
what the problem was, so I quit
Yeah,
taking
it's the
it.
green and black one, whatever that was.
So anyway, we solved that problem. But anyway, we after 10 days got the catheter out, and I'm doing great now. As a matter of fact, I was considering some sort of a process to help with that. But anyway, absolutely, I got up one time. Matter of fact, I slept all night last night and finally went to the bathroom this morning at 6 o'clock.
This is the first time that
in a
he
very
has
long time.
slept all night long without having to go in the bathroom. But anyway, that being said, I know we're probably giving you more information.
Let me just say the bottom line.
Okay.
Here's the bottom line. Had someone said, let's check Ron's meds and see what's causing this rash, it would have been ended right there, and the last 45 days would not be like pure hell for this guy. Anyway, nobody said that. Nobody did that. Thank God I did.
Well, I think
but it was a little late.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt. Keep interrupting you, but one thing about it, you be proactive. You be proactive. If you feel like there's a problem, the doctors are smart, but they're only as smart as what information you give them. Now, that being said, with him breaking out, they said it's something you ingested. We were afraid for him to eat anything. We were afraid for him to, what was it? Ingested. But when he sat down here and pulled that up, his medications up, and saw the side effects. Now, mind you say, well, he's been taking it 2 years, but we don't know. But that new batch that he got a refill, it broke him out. When he quit taking it, he cleared up. Now, that also being said, I lost
10 pounds.
10 pounds, and more, if you look back at what he weighed a while back, he's lost more, but 10 pounds. So we're trying to get his sugar down because his sugar, we're having to watch it every day. That's one of the side effects that we did of one of the antibiotics.
No, that was the prednisone.
The prednisone. So the sugar, so we're trying to get that down. He's having to take a medicine for sugar, you know, and so.
Can't eat ice cream anymore. Good Lord have mercy.
He loves ice cream. So anyway, we just want to get on here. I know this is pretty long, but our bottom line is, if you have a problem, check your medicines. And it's so easy to do that now. It's so easy to check them online. And if you don't have a computer, just have someone check it for you, or have the doctor check it for you, or the PA, or the nurse, or anyone check your medications. It's so easy. And so thankfully we did, because, you know, he kept infecting himself every night. And about when he took that medicine at 6, by 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, we were in the emergency room on that new batch.
Well, the sad thing is how one event can trigger an action of stuff that it takes a while to get over, because that's really the bottom line here. Had I Googled finasteride after I had the rash to start there, we could have ended it right there, and all of this mess that I've gone through, and my sugar would be 100 to 105 right now, but all this mess I've gone through would have never happened.
That's right. Now, I will say that medication has been taken by lots of people, and they don't have a problem. We know some people that take it now, and they know that was what had he had the problem with, but they're not having a problem. So, but he didn't for 2 years. So, like I said, just research. I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for listening to us.
And I'm doing great now, by the way.
He's doing great.
Yep.
He's great. I'm trying to fatten him back up.
I'm eating no sugar candy and all kinds of stuff now.
But know that everything's going to be okay. And so anyway, if you have any questions, please just do it down in the comment. And we love you guys. We hope you have a wonderful day and a happy weekend and a happy day. Be
and
kind.
A Merry Christmas
and
next
a Merry
week.
Christmas. And Happy Hanukkah and everything else.
Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa.
So have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we'll be back soon. We love you guys, and if you have, like I said, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Until later.
Bye now.